Hi everyone, welcome back to New Dram Drinker. Hope you've had a great week. We've had a busy week to say the least. We did our first Certified Originals distillery tour to Bimba, which went amazing. I couldn't have asked it to go any better. And we also had Nikki's birthday as well, which was a big event for us. So that was kind of a, it's been a hectic week, but we still had time to get a cinematic made. So watch it and then we'll get on with the review. So as you saw from that cinematic, it is the Burnt Ends. Now I've chose this one because we've spoke to a lot of whiskey people about this and not a lot of people knew it kind of existed, so I've been giving quite a lot of samples out of it, to be honest, considering it's only a 500ml bottle. So it's probably gone out in samples as much as I've drank it. You're probably thinking it's looking a hell of a lot like kind of a barbecue theme and all that, and the cinematic didn't really have that in it. It was more of a camping theme. That kind of echoes my feelings of what this tastes like. So we're going to crack on with that now, and we'll start off with the bottle. The bottle. It's a cracker, isn't it? I mean, you know what I'm like for bottles, and I saw this one and it's just so different. It just literally stands out on the shelf just because it looks like you've got something that should be in your kitchen cupboards on your bar. But it is, I mean, I just love how different it is. I mean, the design on it is just perfect for what it is. It's actually kind of like meant to be a barbecue sauce kind of style bottle, and I think it nails it, to be honest. I think I'm going to bring some pictures up of some other barbecue sauces so you can see what it's kind of mimicking. But yeah, little screw top as well, similar to the Nika from the barrel on the top there, and it's just an awesome label. I mean, it's just it gives all the information you need. I couldn't find out whether it was coloured or non-chill filtered. I couldn't find that information online. Nothing on the bottle about it, so I'm a bit in the dark with regards to that. So we won't mention that again. But yeah, I think we need to crack on with drinking it. So on to the colour. So the colour, I mean, it's just your standard whiskey colour, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't stand out from a crowd. It's not dark, it's not light, it's just whiskey. Legs on it are average. I mean, it's 45%, and I'm led to believe that it is a fairly young whiskey in the bottle. So it's, it's just okay. It's not exciting me or anything like that. So I think, to get any excitement, we're probably going to have to get on with the nose. So let's do that now. Okay, so on the nose, I remember this, now I've been drinking this for a little while, and I remember when I first had it I was expecting it to be all these kind of just like peat and smoke and barbecue and kind of rich kind of sauce kind of flavours, and I didn't get any of those on the nose, and I'm still not getting that at the start. Now the nose is very subdued for what you're expecting, I would say, from what the bottle kind of leads you to believe. You don't really get that kind of, I don't want to say it's disappointing, but it's just more fruitier than you would imagine. The smoke and the peat just isn't present on the nose at all. It's probably a little bit more spicy than I would say peaty. Little bit of maybe earthiness going on, but in like a damp field kind of way rather than a peaty way. It's rich, I'll give it that. It's got some sugars going on, some fruit, some dark fruit. A little bit of brininess as well. That's a word, brininess, brine. Okay, going back in again now, it's starting to pick up a little bit with a bit of fresh air getting to it. A little bit more peat coming in now. Yeah, I'd say it's still a little bit underwhelming with regards to the nose, but you know, not too bad. I'm going to go to my notes I was taking because, like I said, I've been drinking this for a little while now. Has a higher ABV nose than the 45% would lead you to believe. Again, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would probably guess that it was touching on to the 50s maybe slightly over, if I didn't know better. It seems to, when you first pour it in, you've got a real high kick of ABV, but if you let it kind of air for a bit, it just kind of, the flavours seem to kind of take over that ABV, which is a nice touch. Fruity, light peat, vanilla, dark fruits, rye. Yeah, now that's a good point. There is a Tennessee rye whiskey in the mix here, so that's definitely present. Probably not as much as I'd have thought it would be on the nose, but yeah, it's there. Just very kind of subdued. Okay. Dusty. That was another thing as well. It's like that mustiness that I tend to get a lot of the time. Yeah, it's definitely got kind of a musty kind of, I think I've used this thing before, it's like the bookcase, kind of dusty bookcase. But yeah, very nice. I mean, it makes me want to drink it, so I'm just hoping that it's a little bit more kind of developed in the peatiness on the palate than it is on the nose. So let's crack on with the palate. Okay, the peat is there. It is more of a, like I said, when you read up about this online, it goes on about all like barbecues and the pit fires and the barbecue, kind of the masters of barbecue in America, and it doesn't really give me that at all. There's no kind of, you know, sometimes you can get that bacon frazzles, real meatiness. I don't get that. It is just like a campfire. Like I've said before, it doesn't distinguish itself a lot from other kind of whiskies within that kind of bracket. I was hoping probably for a little bit more of the meat side. I know at some point somewhere I read that you could taste sausage and all that kind of thing. I'm not getting that, to be honest. It's just a, I would say if anything, it's probably got a Kalila kind of note to it, but not that exaggerated. It's kind of, there's a fruitiness there and there's that edge to it, but it's nice, but it's probably maybe not the thing that I thought it was going to be when I bought it. You know, when you read the notes before you buy the whiskey, you think, oh, that sounds nice, that I'm going to buy that for that reason. It's probably not that. It's, you know, I'm probably struggling to get the barbecue and that kind of thing, which is a shame because, you know, the bottle, what it says on the label and everything, leads you to believe you're going to get this kind of Tennessee barbecue kind of notes, but I don't. I mean, it's not bad, it's just that I don't get those notes, but it is. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong. I say the fruits are there, the dark fruits. There's a little bit of saltiness, which is nice. It's not too overpowering, it's there. Pepper, spices, like I say, dark fruits. It's just, like I said, it's not what you expect it to be. I'm going to go to my notes. Warm, ash, fruity, peat, spices. Exactly what I just said. Not so much a barbecue for me, more of a campfire. Tongue tingle. I haven't necessarily got that this time, to be honest. Less meaty than expected. Cigar. Slight brininess, which is what I've already said. So yeah, I mean, my notes kind of from in the week have echoed what I've kind of just said to you. Okay. Again, you get the spiciness, the smoke, the ash, the cigar. They all hang around. I'd say it's a relatively short finish, to be honest. It kind of dies off really quick. I'm left with the kind of cigar. All the other flavours have gone, and like the cigar just kind of peters out towards the end. Yeah, I mean, it's quite short, so it doesn't hang around. It's pleasant, but it's not kind of like, oh, amazing. You know, I've had better. The award. I mean, I do like this whiskey. I don't think, like I said earlier, it doesn't kind of echo what the bottle and what they tell you it's going to taste like. For me anyway, it doesn't echo that very well. But it's still a very pleasant whiskey. So I'm going to go with my campfire theme, and I'm going to give it the Fire Starter Award. It's well worth getting, guys. I mean, like I say, it's 500ml. I think it's £30. It's well worth giving a go if you haven't had a sample from me already. It's well worth getting a bottle. It seems widely available. Master of Malt and things like that all seem to have it. So yeah, I mean, give it a go. It's nice if you want a different bottle on your shelf that stands out and gets people talking a little bit. Buy a bottle. You won't regret it. It's a decent whiskey. Hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, please, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to us. If you are a subscriber, go and find another channel, another whiskey channel that you're not subscribed to, and give them a click instead, and just give some of them support. We do appreciate it. All YouTube channels do. As we always say here on New Dram Drinker, and I have still got some left in my glass. Thank you for joining us, and pour it, drink it, enjoy it. Welcome back to New Dram Drinker. We hope you've had a great week. We've had a busy week. We did our first Certified Originals distillery tour to Bimba on Saturday, which was awesome, and we also had Nikki's birthday, so that was a big event as well. So it's been a busy week for us, but we've still had time to do a cinematic. So watch this, and I'm gonna say